Welcome back to your most favorite stock and investing live show here on a Monday, and we having still crazy markets. Guys, I love that intro. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me just fix a little bit here the setup, guys. It seems that it should be okay now, right? Okay. Let me know, as always, where you are watching from. And the question of the day: who is your most favorite YouTuber? Write it in the comments. I really want to know. Don't write Wolf of Dubai, because that's obviously number one. No, but be honest and let me know where are you watching from. And obviously the mandatory subscribe to this channel if you're new here. If you are regular, thank you very much for your support. We growed over 5,000 subscribers already, and let me tell you how grateful I am. I think we built a huge community. It is so interesting. And yeah, if you are want to whoops, now I'm gone. Okay, that's not working. But if you guys are interested into more, you know, I'm putting daily videos out, I'm putting daily live streams out, and we introduced something brand new, as you might see, in a membership, right? That is now available below all my videos and live stream is a join button. It's cheaper than a Netflix subscription, and you're supporting this channel and this community. And I wanted to show you something. We just introduced a Discord group where we exchange ideas between our members and everybody. Super interesting, super great ideas. So if you are interested, just check it out. But before going into details, let's check out what we will talk about in general. I think it's a great idea to have an overview what we are doing on let me just have a look. Why I cannot close my window? Okay, now I have everything under control. So let us have a look what we are looking into today. First, I want to talk about a little bit about Warren Buffett, because he, in the end, is the Oracle of Omaha and have so much knowledge about the market, and I think it's super important to listen to him, what he has to say. He just he just had his usual conference, which I think it's very interesting, which views he has. You know, we will talk about that he don't buy stocks now. We will talk about that he thinks the oil is too much. He talks about the Fed action, airline stocks that he just got rid of all of them, and he has a long-term vision in general. So this is important that we will talk about during the stream. Moreover, I want to talk about with you guys about the earnings season. It's still going on, and it's interesting who will actually do earnings this week, because there are some very interesting companies that are giving their earnings this week. I think 11 of them we should watch definitely. So this will be very important. Also, we will talk about if it's really true, if you should sell in May. I prepared some graphics over there. And also we will talk, or not, this is just a small announcement. Obviously, guys, make sure to check out my brand new vlog where I went for you to drive some Uber to find out what is going on with this stock. Very interesting. If you are interested into Uber stock or investing of Uber stock and so on. So I think this is quite a super interesting live stream that we have. Let me know, guys, if the quality is okay, if the sync of video and audio is right. Who put this here? Assistant. Forget I don't have one. So let's have a look into the market first, which I think it's very important to see what the market are doing. Sometimes the video and sound are just on time. I put the same settings as yesterday, so let's hope it's still a couple of days until I get my full live streaming equipment where we have an insane quality of animations, and the whole live stream will be just insane, guys. Let's have a look into the markets, what the markets are telling us right as of this moment. 54 minutes more to go for today, and most of the stocks or commodities on my watch list is actually green. So we got a little bit better than on Friday, which was quite terrific in a not so positive way. So Facebook is gaining 1.2%. Alphabet is almost there where it went before, and we having Amazon just getting a little bit 1% up today. Oil is going way big up, almost $21 now. I think those prices are just not even me saying the same, but Warren Buffett stays the same. This oil prices of $20+ will not be possible on long term. The same is for the July. It's a little bit more than the June price now with $23. Tesla 6% up, guys. It's like the most volatile stock on the stock market. I'm I always say the same, if you are investor or think about investor in Tesla, then make sure you don't have heart condition, you don't check every now and then the stock, and you actually have a really, really good mindset to invest into this stock. This stock is crazy, guys. Okay. Then we have S&P 500, just plus minus zero. Same with the Dow Jones. Netflix a little bit up today. Then we have Shopify big up today. I think it's has something to do with the update they did on their app. So maybe interesting to know that they did a huge update on the app. I'm not someone who uses Shopify, so I don't know if you guys, some of you guys in the comments are maybe a drop shipper or know how the platform works. Is it a big addition, guys? This is some information that we need to know if the stock is interesting to invest in. I think still it's one of the most interesting plays for the current health situation. Shopify will thrive over time with Amazon together, or the whole e-commerce, obviously. Now, Win is a little bit down, 2.6%. I don't know why. Most probably maybe that it's still... Win is now a play on the lockdown, right? We shall see when they can open the casinos. And once even that is done, we need to see how the foot traffic is on this casinos, because I cannot imagine how we will touch the chips, how the people will play on these machines, how they will sit next to each other on a blackjack table. I have absolutely no idea, but apparently they want to open again, so let's see. Then we obviously also will talk, not talk about it, but quickly here in Carnival, also a little bit up. I remember when we talked about the stock and it was still at this 11 levels, and now it's 20% up, guys. It's always, if some big money comes into this kind of stocks, then you can be quite sure then it's going at least short and midterm up for a stock. As you know, who doesn't know, the Saudi government, the Public Investment Fund, just went inside this company to buy a huge stake, $1 billion stake, billions dollars worth of stake into the company, and then also obviously to thrive the tourist strategy for Saudi Arabia. Very, very important. The German index lost about 4% or 3.6% today, and Beyond Meat is up 2.56%. Anything else? Apple plus 1%. FLIR System is the company that produces this kind of thermo systems, which is quite interesting because those will be mandatory after we open at many locations, so they can benefit. Warta, a German stock, lost about 7% today. I don't know why. Maybe on Apple News, because they are one of the main supplier of Apple batteries. They are very specialist into this kind of things. All the stocks that you can see here on the watch list is always discussed also in my vlogs, and tomorrow actually comes out a very important vlog, which stocks we put on our watch list and which we put or buy even in May, because there's a saying on Wall Street: sell in May and go away. And we will see later on in the live stream if this is statistically true and what we can expect this season now, if we should follow that. So let's have a look into the comment section. We have our member Kyushu Tube from Seattle. We have people from Washington. We have people from Dubai even. We have Atlanta, DRK, our regular. We have people from Brazil. We are, DRK, it's saying the right thing. Just hit the thumb up and this helps. Hit the thumb ups button, because this will help the YouTube algorithm to find this live streams and put it in front of more investors. And it seems that everything is synced now, so that's also absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look. Let's have a look into the first topic. So let's talk about the best or well performed over decades. This guy is, I think, 300 plus years old, and he is one of the most important stock investor that was out there. Now, I don't to say anything bad, because he's really good, but I think, and this is just a hypothesis that I want to discuss with you guys today: is Warren Buffett outdated? This is a question, and I want to also look into his performance if we find them on Google. But let's have a look first what he said on his almost very traditional yearly shareholder meeting, which is absolutely always insane. It's like 4 or 5 hours, and they talk about economy, stocks, which stocks they buy, which they bought, which they sold, and so many new surprises. So I think it's one of the interesting things that you can learn so much from this guys. I think it was the very first time where his partner Charlie Munger couldn't make it, I think because of some health situations, so health things that is going on. Those guys are quite old, and it will be unfortunately when they are gone at one point, but still we can pick their wisdom. And so let's have a look into the first point. The first point is actually that normally in this kind of crises, there is people like Warren Buffett that just buying up cheap stocks. Now, he said, I think there's a big quote by Warren Buffett: buy when there's blood on the streets. This guy went from Second World War over crises, financial crisis, everything what you know, he and Charlie absolutely lived through, and therefore that he is not buying as of this moment any stocks is very, let's say, a signal maybe. Okay, maybe a signal that everything is still too expensive. And Warren Buffett is a value investor, okay? And I believe that value investing is currently on the sidelines while growth investing is on the super highway, okay? Because growth investing growth over the last years, we have seen like companies like Beyond Meat, Virgin Galactic, Tesla, all these growth companies did very, very well on the stock market, while value companies didn't make that much of a profit and always stick back behind those growth investors. So I think, it's quite interesting what will come up there, but growth investing is now very important, and therefore, that he is not buying is a big sign. Second, and there he hits, something that I'm telling also on the stream very, very often, oil is totally overvalued right now. I don't think we can support this 20 dollars per barrel prices. I think the storage is full, the production is running, so I think we will see oil somewhere in the 15 levels maybe, or the 18th level or the 12th levels. I don't know what is the fair price. I'm not a specialist on commodities, but currently I think he is right. Airlines, one of the biggest consumer of this oil, is not working right now, right? All airplanes are on the ground, and therefore coming also, I think, to the next point. No, the airlines comes as fourth point. He is talking about the Fed. As we know, the Fed is currently doing this in their headquarters. This is actually a live stream right now in the Fed building. We see that the Fed did a quite very heavy measure directly into the market, and he said something quite interesting. He said he think it was good. It took away the opportunity that he did a mega deal or a very good deal for his stock portfolio. And on the other side, it's also, he said that the Fed maybe did too much too early. Okay, they basically throwed the water thing at you, and they didn't looked for any victims. So is it good on the long term? Absolutely not. Is it good for now to stabilize the market? It seems yes, right? I mean, the markets are up. The markets are even blown up of valuation right now, and I believe there's some signs from the market wise. There is the technical side of things. Many sides are showing us, hey guys, maybe we are seeing too big valuations on the market, right? So let's see how this plays out. But even Warren Buffett cannot time the market, guys, so never try to do timing the market, because even Warren Buffett said, which many people think that he tried to put something that helps to get out of the crisis where everything went down, and this was, I think, in October of 2008, where he called out in a big interview of New York Times, I think, or it was Wall Street Journal, one of them. There was a big article where he actually said, buy America now, and you will have great assets under you one day. But there is obviously something that is I would say important, that you cannot time the bottom, and and bottom, yeah. You cannot time the bottom, which is true also for a genius like Warren Buffett. He said this in October 2008, and the financial crisis, or the bottom of it, was in March of 2009. So still 5 months until we reached something really very the last trading day of the negative, and then from there we went up with time, over time, and therefore I believe this is very important too. DRK say it right. The markets are drunk. Yeah, quite interesting. And therefore, let's jump into the next one. And the last one, and the fourth and fifth point are actually very important, and works hand in hand. Airlines. we know that Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway was heavily invested into airlines. So it came to a surprise that he actually sold all the airlines that he owned. And this is, maybe people said, it was clear and everything, but guys, not with Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett buying stocks and never sells. This is his concept, guys. And if he goes out of that, this is no good for airline stocks. He say there's the market of new airlines is going down. The length of all of this is so unpredictable that he don't know when they go back to business, how they can go back to business, what will be the structure. He still believes the airlines in the US having great CEOs, management, and great businesses, but unfortunately this black swan event, what it is, I guess, is just destroying this industry. And therefore I believe, this is a big thing for Warren Buffett, because he is a long-term investor. He just buys stocks, buys whole companies. When he invests into companies, he's trying to get as much as possible percentage into this company, and then goes out there and enjoy a 1,000, 10,000 percentage profit. It's very hard for him though to make deals, because he moves very huge money, guys, and he cannot invest into companies that have not at least like a 30, 40, 50 billion market cap. Otherwise, it's just impossible for him to move money, and therefore he cannot invest into the small companies that maybe make big business, like the companies that we talk about always here, like Tesla. If you go in one of my first videos, I talk about Tesla, where it was $30 billion value, of $40 billion in market cap, and Uber was double of that. And I said, like, guys, this is not possible. And if you this kind of deals, obviously he's not possible to do. But I want to, because I said something very important, I think that Warren Buffett is a little bit outdated, and I want to just see if we can find his performance versus the S&P 500. Okay, and for that I will just switch here. Okay, here's an article on Fortune. Okay, with a paywall, so that's not possible for us. Okay, this seems right here. Okay, 5 reasons Warren Buffett didn't beat the market over the last decade. Okay, so the headline says it directly, and that's, yeah, so this is a quite good chart, I guess. Okay, so the red line is the S&P 500, and the blue line is, or the blue and orange line is the Berkshire Hathaway total return. Okay, all right. Okay, so we see here 2015 Berkshire Hathaway was better, and then pretty much the same, sometimes here a little bit better, sometimes worse than the market. Here definitely better, here better, and then it started somewhere here. I think this was the recent 2018 collapse, and then we see that here the market is way better than him, and also we have seen that here. So overall I would say you could also buy more of the S&P 500 and maybe had a better performance than Warren Buffett. Yeah, and this is what I said, this is growth stocks are actually really bring a lot of value into the indexes and also into the stock market. You see that companies like Netflix was the best performing stock of our decade. Those are obviously quite faster growing companies than Coca-Cola, or for example, look at Apple. Apple growth so great, but Warren Buffett just saw this opportunity too late. He didn't understand this concept of this hardware and software together and beautiful product. And then once already Apple went out of really its very, very outperforming ring, then it was absolutely insane, and they saw this is something that we need to go into. So I think he missed a couple of opportunities, but I believe that still he is one of the best investors ever on this planet. So so this was important, I guess, to see. Let me know, guys. Let me have a look if we have some questions here. Warren Buffett lost $5 billion last year on Kraft Heinz. Not only that, now he lost a lot on airlines. He just also make mistakes like us. He's not like the perfect surfer on those Wall Street waves. Nobody can, but he has a pretty significant performance, considering that he saw very, very early IBM, Coca-Cola, Kraft Heinz, these companies that really went up. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo. I don't know if Wells Fargo, I think he lost also a huge amount of money, guys. So actually, that's why I believe that this is important. But let's have a look into the next graphic that I prepared, which would be the earnings seasons. So the earnings seasons, we are just in the middle of the earnings season. Last week was absolutely crazy. We had Google, we had Tesla, we had Amazon, we had who else we had? So many guys, Microsoft, right? So many interesting companies, and I want to just go quickly here on thestreet.com, interesting website for news, and they had an article here where we just can see which are the upcoming ones. So Walt Disney, definitely interesting how they will do with the parks, amusement parks, is reporting tomorrow. Roku, by the way, Disney is a great value share, and I believe if they go down heavily, because also their service like ESPN will go down, I think this will be quite interesting to buy maybe some Walt Disney. Roku, and a small gamer or player into the streaming services. Then we have Shopify, obviously very interesting. The e-gaming giant Activision Blizzard. Uber will also show us how the share economy is out there. I just made a vlog about that. Make sure to jump into that. Let me just show you the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail of Uber, of my vlog Uber, and have a look after this live stream. It's quite interesting. And then we have Beyond Meat, very interesting as well, on Tuesday, tomorrow. And we will have PayPal on a Wednesday, and we will have Square on Wednesday. Then we have Regeneron Pharmaceutical on May 6th, also Wednesday. And Moderna, and Peloton, also very interesting. The home gym player out there, Wednesday, May 6th. Definitely interesting how they played out the overall situation where everybody is staying home and make some training. So very interesting, guys. This is what we will look into next week. Let's have a look, guys. I want to show you something else as well. What else? Here, this is one of the main stories of this live stream. We talked about sell in May, or this is at least the name of this live stream, because there's a saying on Wall Street. I hope the graphic is big enough. It's a little bit outdated though. I think it's 2011. But still, it's very long statistic from 1928 until 2011. Therefore, I picked it up and prepared this for you guys. So you can see here that the best months for being in the stock market is January. I guess this is because much portfolios need to rebalance. People are saying, I want to try out the stock market this year as a new resolution for the new year. Then February is statistically not that good. Then March and April thriving, and then May it start to go lower. Then June, July, and August are quite good months, though the volume in the summer months are quite low usually, because it's many people are out there going on holidays. Maybe we don't see that this year so much, so we should see here that this picks up also maybe more volume. And then September is the worst stock market month statistically. Also September 2007 I think was the month of the financial crisis, so also this started in September. Then I looking into October, November, December, all great months going up, and then this December. And on overall you have like the average is 0.58% gain. So we see that May is one of the lowest months, but compared to the other lower months, February and September, it's not so bad. So many things are, this is just statistic, guys, obviously very important, but the most important is what we will see on the US and China front politically, what we will see on the health front, what we will see on the lockdown front, what we will see on the new cases front. So many things that need to be thrown into this pot and mixed together, and then the outcome is the new prices on the stock market. So I think it's quite and stays quite interesting. I think there was one comment from JJ here, which companies I will let me just see that I highlight your comment as well. Okay, so I highlighted your comment so everybody can read it. So I don't know if this is working, guys. Let me know in the comments. If I highlight or pinned a comment, does it show you like a highlight of the comment? You can read it while I'm answering that? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious if this works this way, So anyway, so JJ is asking which company are you interested before earnings. So actually I'm very closely watching Beyond Meat, because I want to know how they work with their cash on hand, which is quite good. Then I want to see their revenue growth, and I want to see what is their guidance or any pick, because huge, I think 40% of their business or 60% of their business is because of restaurants are using their product. So I want to see if the grocery business is, or supermarket business is, balancing this out a little bit. This will be very important. This will be my most important to watch earnings. Maybe I will go even live. I need to have a look when this will be, maybe tomorrow, so I will be live then. So I will check this for you guys. I think lots of you guys are also interested into Beyond Meat. So I love Beyond Meat. I think if you are interested into Beyond Meat and the product and the future of it, watch two things. There's one documentary on Netflix called Co-spiracy, so like conspiracy but with cow. And then you have the second one, which is the Explained series, Water Crisis. Both show you that meat actually brings or takes so much water, guys, that it will be unbearable in the future for the earth, for the sustainability, everything. So I think at one point maybe meat will be much more expensive, and then Beyond Meat just blows up 10-20% in your portfolio. They are now currently, I think, between $5 to $6 billion market cap, and I think they can be easily, guys, $100 billion company. So the CEO, Evan Brown, is quite interesting as well. Big visionary. He wants to build the biggest artificial food or slash meat company in the world, guys. Okay, so similar, it's like the Tesla of food. So think about it. I think this is quite interesting. And I think there was something else. Yeah, so we talked about sell in May, and we talked about obviously the Uber thing. Okay, great, guys. If you don't have any more questions, I think that would be it. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a very pleasant evening, morning, or afternoon, whatever is ahead of you. And don't forget to switch on the current vlog that I'm just released about Uber. If you're interested, they are bringing out numbers on Thursday as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I see you obviously tomorrow twice. And if you are a member, guys, then obviously I see you also between vlogs and live streams into my Discord chat. Have a look into that if you are interested, and I see you tomorrow. Thank you.